Yeah.
Yeah, your turn anyway.
Okay, the new game that I've been getting into more is Minecraft, and
Dear Lord.
I have a more mainstream game, to talk about, but I haven't had money, so
It's okay.
spend like $12 to get a game that whenever it's done, I'll still have it because buying it now gets you all future updates.
That's cool. I
Um,
haven't played it myself, so I can't really say much. But everybody in my class is playing it. So
oh yeah, it's great. I really love sandbox games in general. Even if they don't have a clear goal or objective or like finish point. So it's going real well for me. I'm trying to build like a huge castle right now. So, but that requires terraforming large sections of land. So it's a complete time sink, and there's really no point, I don't guess. But I just enjoy building things. So
yeah, the graphics aren't great, I suppose, but
no. They look on par to the game that you're going to be LPing soon.
yeah. Well, I think Minecraft is a little bit better. That's actually 3D at least.
Well, yeah, you can look up and down, but I'm
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
like the squares. Like every
Yeah.
square is half your height, and that's the smallest item size. And like all the textures, I would think are like 64 by 64 pixels
Ooh.
on that huge surface. So it's really pixelated stuff, but
Well,
it plays
yeah.
really well, and it's got this really cool crafting system.
Cool.
And he's adding new crafting stuff all the time, so
Yeah.
it works out. And
Well-
he's adding hell soon.
What?
He's adding like a hell dimension.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
teleport there, and it like lets you quick travel across the world.
And then the Doom music starts playing, and
Yeah, yeah. And there's like these floating white octopus things that shoot explosive fireballs at you while you're in hell.
white octopus things.
I don't know. He calls them ghasts, which usually I think of as like a zombie creature,
Yeah, sort of. It depends on the mythology, I guess, but whatever.
but they look more like bloopers from Mario. So I don't know.
Oh no! Bloopers from hell.
Hell bloopers, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Actually, that sounds really cool when you say it like that. But
It's a game on its own, like new Mario game. Mario Hell Bloopers.
Mario in hell.
Oh yeah, they're going there. They've gone to the space, so now they're going to hell.
Yeah, he's got to save Princess Peach's soul.
And he can never look back.
Oh man. Okay, but
Yeah.
one thing you can do that I'm not getting into right now, but I've seen people do it and I've done it a little bit and it's pretty fun. Is you can actually dig into the world and try and find these like vast cave systems.
Okay.
And there's these things called spawners, which are these like fires that are underground that make monsters.
Cool.
So, and I haven't done it that much because it kind of really freaks me out. Because the game gives you like an audio cue of
Yeah.
when you're near one of these things, and it's really creepy sounding. And you can also like hear like if there's monsters nearby while you're digging through the walls.
Yeah.
You can hear the monsters through the walls,
Ooh.
and you just know at any second like you're gonna like knock a wall down, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be a skeleton like shooting you in the face with arrows. And it really freaks me out a lot.
Well,
Which is
that's
sad.
good.
Yeah, so which is good for a game that doesn't look like anything really impressive, but just the sound of it, and I guess being underground and isolated like that
It's quite
makes it
claustrophobic.
makes it creepy. Yeah, it's really claustrophobic, which makes it a little bit creepier. Which I guess leads into what we are going to be discussing actually.
Oh yes,
creepy game.
absolutely. Creepy
Creepy
games.
Yes, since it's Halloween and all.
Yeah, exactly. This is our Halloween special. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, well, a more recognized name for this, I suppose, horror games or survival horror.
Yeah, that's a subgenre, I would think, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they're called creepy games.
Not typically, no.
No, so we're gonna go with horror games. And
Yes.
this is your topic. My topic was last time, so you're gonna get to introduce this more.
Okay, well, before I started doing Let's Plays, actually, I didn't realize this, but as I started doing them, people were mentioning like, "Hey, you actually buy a lot of horror games." And I started looking at my shelf, and it turns out that actually, yeah, I do buy a lot of them. Uh, so I didn't know I was such a fan of them, but apparently I am.
Yeah,
Which is really weird because I am easily startled.
cool. Then you should play horror games. I have a friend like that. He's really scared of horror games, so he can't actually play them himself, but he loves watching his wife play them.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of messages from people saying stuff like that. Like, I could not play this game, but I'm watching you do it, so that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of a detachment, I guess. You don't really feel as involved. It's not your fault if you die, but
Yeah, so I guess the topic is more going to be what games kind of do it well or badly, and maybe why perhaps it goes badly for some games, why they don't do it that well.
Well, I think, what? You were saying something, so I'm going to let you finish, actually.
No, I was going to say because we're always negative around here, so we have to complain about something.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can be positive as well, I promise. I can name,
Yes.
2 horror games that scared me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, one of them was Silent Hill, obviously. And Resident Evil 2 scared the living shit out of me. But I was young, so I can blame it on that.
Yeah, I played it back when it was released, so I was pretty young too. And it was a pretty creepy game. Like, if you play it now, it looks really horrible.
Well, and that's sort of funny because I went back and played Silent Hill, the first one for the PSX or the PlayStation, and I was really expecting it to be just as scary as when I played it the first time. But it was not scary. I was just frustrated over the bad controls. The camera got in the way. And I was like, stop doing... I was so angry that I couldn't get scared. So it sort of ruined it for me, I guess.
Well, do you think maybe the first time was kind of because you didn't know what was going to happen in the game?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There was, of course, the whole fog thing, which is sort of interesting because a lot of people give the game credit for that, when it was really just, the fog was just added to hide the fact that they could only draw 3 feet in front of Harry, or, the game became so laggy you couldn't play it. But that was definitely a good touch.
Well, that was clever. That was clever game design on their part.
Yeah,
actually.
It was absolutely magnificent game design. Instead of just just fading the backgrounds out or something, he just added fog, which gave it a lot more atmosphere, and that was great. Silent Hill 2 did it as well.
Well, and that also helps out the horror elements too.
Yes.
On top of everything.
There's nothing quite as scary as walking around in the mist or fog and then seeing a dark, vague shape in the distance, and you're going is that someone I should trust or kill? So that definitely worked in its favor.
Oh yeah, and I think that's where games that succeed at being horror games do it really well, is trying to create an atmosphere of isolation and not being able to know what's immediately around you. Well, not for sure.
That works.
Letting you hear it.
Yeah.
Is usually good enough, but making it where you can't necessarily see it usually works out really well.
It usually works out better anyway. But I mean, in Silent Hill, the first game, even if things were on screen, because of the awful graphics, you couldn't really tell what they were anyway. So that sort of sounds like a complaint, criticism, but it isn't, because it really, you see something and you're not sure what it is. Is it a kid? Is it a mutant? Whatever. You don't know because the texture is so bad you can't really see what it is. So your mind fills in the blanks, which works, really does.
Yeah, the enemies that you first meet in that game and that are all the way through the school system, those they're like albino faceless babies with knives, or something. Those things freak me out.
Yeah,
I don't like those.
But I mean, it's never really told. You're never really told exactly what they are. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you think about it. The school, they're short. They make baby sound thingies, and so it's sort of. But the game never outright tells you this is kids. Ooh,
ghost kid, scary.
Yeah, ghost kid, scary, and here's a shadow. Ooh, of a ghost kid. So that really works. That's sort of where I see a lot of modern horror games failing because they can't wait to tell you exactly what it is we're looking at.
Yeah, everyone wants an explanation, so they kind of quickly explain. Oh, these are demons from hell, and all of a sudden you're like, okay,
whatever. I played Doom. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Hell holds no secret anymore.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where they fail, and well, that's where like most horror entertainment fails in general is trying too hard to make you to explain to you what's going on and try to make sense of everything.
Definitely, and they also show way too much. I mean, not just explain, but they show all too much, which is something they got from the horror movies. Really, horror movies started showing you everything, and then it sort of bled through to the game industry, and then blah blah blah. It sort of sucks now.
Yeah, and I kind of subscribe more to the Lovecraftian horror elements, where
that's good.
Where you never really get a firm grasp of what it is that's coming after you, and what its motivation. You don't even know what its motivations are, or why it's chasing you, what it wants, or what it's capable of. And I think the games in particular miss out on that, so it really hurts their ability to count themselves as a horror story to me.
Yeah, but like. There are good horror games today, of course. Penumbra is absolutely glorious. The first game, anyway. I could probably name a lot of design choices that I would have done differently, but otherwise they're really good in the horror aspect, as in you don't know what the hell is going on.
Oh yeah, I think they did that. Particularly in the first one.
The first one was. I remember playing it the first time. Oh my god, I was so scared.
And there was large sections of that game too where, if I remember correctly, you couldn't really fight back that well.
Well, you could, but it was never really effective. It was like, at best, it was just a countermeasure to run away.
Yeah, I just remember there were large sections where these evil dog things were around, and you could always hear them, and they were always patrolling the area. Yeah. But it was always a really bad idea to actually fight them.
Yeah, you ended up running from them a lot. I did anyway. I sort of suck at this whole stealth thing, so I run a lot. But that worked in Penumbra, the first one, at least when I played it, which was lucky because I had them at my heels all the time. But I was also taking a look at Amnesia, the new game from those developers.
By the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, they're Swedish, so yay!
Go Swedes!
Go Swedes! I mean, I love those guys. They're actually from very close by where I grew up, Helsingborg, I think it is. Yeah, I think they're from Helsingborg, and that's actually very close to where I used to live. It was like 20 minutes by bus. So when you hear that, you go like, "Yay! Awesome! I'm playing an awesome game from my neighborhood! Woo!"
You should go and try and work for them.
Well, I don't live there anymore, so it's kind of difficult right now.
Well, you can move or commute or.
Yeah, well, right. I live on an island about 3 hours away.
Oh.
I don't think commuting works right now. But I might move back when I'm done with my education, so we'll see. Maybe they'll go into more FPS shooter thingies, and then I can design for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were going to say something, I think, and I cut you off. I cut you off, I thought.
Well, I was just talking about Amnesia. I haven't played the game yet, but it's supposed to be really, really good. And when Zero Punctuation gives something the thumbs up, I sort of go, holy shit.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he did somewhat give it an okay. I mean, he said he was scared. So, I mean, okay, fine. He got scared by it, and that means it's pretty okay, I guess.
Yeah, it probably is.